John, we got to talk about this song Reunion. My God, this song I think is really going to get into so many waves of energy in people's lives. You have placed your soul into these lyrics, and there's a connection as well as a reconnection.
Absolutely. This is a very personal song for me, and I'm super proud of it. It was inspired by my 100-year-old dad, who told me he was having a reunion with mom.
Yep.
When he gets to that next step. It really it moved me in a way that I had to write about it. But as I began to write, I realized that there was even further reaching meaning to it. Considering my breakup with Daryl Hall after 50 years, I realized that I needed to get back to who I was,
yes.
the guy that I started out being, the musician that I was before I met Daryl. Because I had been, playing since I've been 5 years old, performing since 5 years old. And there was a whole world of music that inspired me. And I wanted to get back to that in order to go forward with the perspective and the experience that I have today. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot to unpack in that song and the meaning behind it.
Well, these lyrics right here now have a new meaning. Feel the pull and keep it steady. Even with your jump back into your roots of music, you're feeling that pull. You felt it, and you've gone back to it.
Exactly. There's so many lines in that song that have so much multiple meanings. The line that really kicked it off for me was the line that says, "The lights at the party are bright, but I'm leaving early tonight." To me, it meant, it was time for me to move on, and it was time for me to just kind of, even though there's a lot of attractiveness out there and there's a lot of emphasis on keeping things the way they were and sticking with the tried and true, it was time for me to stretch out and to hear that on a lot of different levels.
So what came first, a guitar riff, or did you start writing a little bit of poetry, and all of a sudden you're going, no, this is going to be a song?
This song the lyrics came first.
Yes.
And I found that my best work is when the lyrics come first, because there's a substantial message that you can impart by writing something first and then trying to figure out the best musical landscape to put those words into.
Yeah.
So in this case, the lyrics came first.
The video, I love the way that you allow us as viewers to get into nature with the flow of the river and the island. I live in a forest, so it caught my attention so immediately. So do you live in a forest? What was the connection there?
Well, I in Colorado, we definitely live in the mountains,
yes.
But it's interesting. Well, I shot that video in a studio that used to be a former church. The stained glass windows that you see, this is a fun fact here, the stained glass windows that you see in that church in the video are not the real stained glass windows. Oh. My video director is very creative. What he did was he put Easter eggs in those windows. There's all references to my other music. Like Good Road to Follow, The Compass, all sorts of things that I've referenced in previous solo albums are all kind of recreated in those stained glass windows.
Oh my God, now I've got to go back there and look at every one of those windows.
And now you're looking at it again, right, exactly.
When you did the song Get Your Smile On, were you thinking of the beach music of the Carolinas? Because this song right here could become such a shagging song where it brings people together on that dance floor.
I know what you're talking about. Not really, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I had written that song during the pandemic, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know where it would fit or how it would fit. And I got asked by Roger Daltrey from The Who to be part of his Teen Cancer America project. And they asked me if I could contribute something musically. And I thought, wait a minute, it's all about being positive. It's all about overcoming, struggles. And I said, this might work. And I sent it to them and they loved it. So we did a video and a song. And in fact, I don't know if you've seen the video for Get Your Smile On, but the kids are in it, some of the kids who in the cancer program. So that was just wonderful to be a part of that great organization.
See, you've always been about connecting with people, even when you were studying your Delta blues days and things. The song Too Late to Break Your Fall, those things get into your soul. You've got that key to every door.
Well, I've got a lot of musical experience, and I like to think of myself as a very versatile musician because I like so many different styles. I don't want to be pigeonholed into one thing. There's so much cool stuff out there to to tap into. But at the same time, I like to use it as a jumping off point and make it my own.
Are you going to put together a full album here then so that we can have, because I've gotten back into listening to albums where you put the needle on it and you listen to it all the way through. I love the depth of an album.
Well, it'll be a digital album that gets released this Friday on the 17th.
Nice.
And there'll be a limited edition vinyl and CD package that comes out in July.
That's so perfect. That's so perfect. What's the website where people can come and get some, show you some love, and more importantly, buy some authentic merchandise from you?
Yeah, johnoates.com, or you can follow me on John Oates Official on Instagram. I got lots of fun stuff on Instagram.
I love it. Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you, dude.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay, John?
All right, man. Thank you.